Hello, my little dearies. We are off to 14-1 line plots. If you want to talk about an easy chapter, this is an easy chapter. There's more vocab than math, so this is pretty simple. Here's our stupid little story. They always give you some amount of information, and then they want you, for today, to make a line plot. So to make a line plot, you got to find your data. Boom. Average animal lifespan in years. Kangaroo lives 7 years. I didn't know that. Chicken lives 8. That's an old chicken. Fox 9, cow 10, wolf 10, deer 10, black bear 18. You then come over to your line graph here, and you just got to put in the different pieces of information. For every bit of information they give you, you're going to put an X on our line chart. So the kangaroo at 7, you're going to come over here. Well, there's 5, there's 10. 7's got to be right in between. Ooh, just missed that alarm. So the kangaroo is this red X. If that's 5, that's 10, they must be counting by 1. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the kangaroo goes there on the 7 spot. Up next, you have chicken at 8. Go to the 8, there's our chicken. Then you got the fox at 9. Count over, and you got your fox right there at 9. Then you have cow 10, wolf 10, deer 10. Here's the tricky part. You have 3 10s. So guess what? You got to put 3 X's. Okay, every time a number appears in your table, you need to put an X down on your line plot. And then you have your black bear at 18. So you got the black bear there at 18. Some things that they want you to know. Let's just go over it now. Sometimes they're going to ask you, what is the minimum? What is the maximum? Well, the minimum is the one that is the smallest. Duh, it's 7. What is your maximum? Well, it's the one that's the biggest. That's going to be over here at 18. They may also ask, identify any outliers. An outlier is just one number that is very different from the rest of the numbers. And when you look at your graph, your line plot, it's really easy. These are all clumped up. And then you got this guy way over here. So our outlier is going to be 18. All an outlier is it's a number that's very different from the other numbers. On the line plot, they're going to be clumped up, and you'll have an outlier off here. Now, if I had, let's say, another X right there, that would not count as an outlier. Yes, it is somewhat spaced apart from these, but it's still part of this main group here, and this one's way out here. And that does make outliers tricky. Some would argue, no, it's separate from the rest of the group, and I can sort of kind of see that. This one's clearly separated from the rest of the group. I allow a little bit of room for interpretation when you guys answer the outlier questions. So that is it for today. It does get a little bit tricky because they'll throw fractions at you, but you guys know how fractions work, so you can get that taken care of. Here they are giving you just a list of numbers, and they're asking you what is the outlier. If you can, just look at these. 18, 17, 11, 15, 29, 14, 16. 29 is going to be your outlier. You may possibly consider 11 being an outlier. By the way, outlier doesn't just mean the big one. It just means far away from the rest of them. So you have 11, then it's going to skip 3 to 14, then it's right next to 15, that's right next to 16, that's right next to 17, that's right next to 18, and then boom, it jumps to 29. Without a doubt, 29 is your outlier. Could you have 2 outliers? Yes, you could have a small outlier and a large outlier. I would maybe think 11, but I'd probably rule it out. It's pretty close to the 14 and the 15 and the 16. The one right below it, 25, 28, 22, 24, 27, 28, 21. I don't feel there's an outlier there. Smallest to largest, 21, 22. Then it does make one jump to 24, 25. Then it makes a jump to 27, 28, 28. I'm going to say there are 0 outliers in that data set. By the way, this is what we call a data set. It's just a bunch of numbers, and they're asking you to take a look at it. This is what we call the line plot. The smallest number is your minimum, your largest number is your maximum, and then your outlier is just something that's separate from everything else. That is really it. The only other way that they can make it a little confusing is fractions, but you guys are wizards with fractions. Let's take a look at your homework. Homework should take you, not that long at all. You just have to make X's. And I don't have my homework ready. Chapter 12, chapter 15, 14, data. All right, so 14.1. Here is reteaching. And here is practice. There is actually one new thing here with this one. Instead of writing 4 9 times, they're telling you that there are 9 4s in this data. So when you go to 4, you just got to put your 9 X's down. Your number of X's should match your number of tally marks up here. Alrighty, I will see you guys tomorrow.